Hi, Roisin. Sorry for getting back to you slowly on this. Let's just have a quick run through. Um, you need a full stop here because that's a new sentence. Just watch my mouse. I'm going to. Now, you've said here this is the name of the character, and then you've talked about the name of the actor. Here, with two men, you need to say Howard, John Goodman, and Emmett, John Gallagher Jr., in the same format that you've said Michelle, Mary Elizabeth Winstone. And then you would say, maybe in a new sentence, Howard claims that she cannot leave as the air outside is contaminated and she must stay in his shelter in order to survive. Fine, good, as that will work for your opening sentence. Now, once you get to here, you don't need to quote the names of the actors again. Now you're just going to refer to them as Michelle, Howard, and Emmett, okay? You need some technical description of how the camera work does this and how the editing does this. Okay, definitely good to talk about the music, but can you say a little bit more about the instruments, what the music sounds like? I know it's difficult to do that. Dramatic, deep, dark, strings, horns, I'm not sure, but you need to listen to that again. I don't know whether it's worth, I know you've got a screenshot here. This is from the end of the clip. Why don't you, I think it might help you to put screenshots in. So you could say, we see in this screenshot that Howard and Michelle's face take up the whole of the screen. Is that this one? If it is, it should be next to here. And if we're talking about Howard and Michelle's face, what that seems to mean is you're talking about Howard's face and Michelle's face. So you need to make that a little bit clearer to me. I wouldn't say it shows he's dominating her if it is this shot. You'd much more expect him to be filling more of the screen, say. But definitely the eye line is important here because her facial expression shows anxiety, mistrust, discomfort, something along those lines. Now again, how is this shown? Okay, this is you telling us what happens, but what you should be doing is telling us what Dan Trachtenberg is doing. So you should be saying the director shows the audience. Good to talk about the audience. It's more objective, more sophisticated rather than we, but that's fine. But you must talk about what the filmmaker or the filmmakers are doing. Good. The close-up, maybe the audience. So the director shares this information with the audience to build tension because we know what's going to happen, but some of the characters in the film don't. How do we know he detects that something is not right? Yes, I would call it a tracking shot, and I would describe it a bit more. The camera tracks where good, the whip pan, although I'm not sure if we get there that quickly. Okay, so you've got to here, but as far as I can remember, this shot comes from earlier. So I think you have to stick to the chronology of the sequence. So this happens, then this happens, then this happens, okay? So this looks as though it should be back here to me. Yeah. I don't know. Manic, do you mean panic here? Is Howard panicking or threatening? Howard needs an apostrophe here. How is this shown? I would hope that you can talk about editing, because the editing in the end here is very important from shot to shot to shot. And if you can describe that in some way, I think that would be more sophisticated analysis than you have. Very good, talking about this edit here. So those are my points. Have a look at it again. In summary, start at the beginning and go through to the end of the sequence without jumping forwards or backwards. Second of all, more detail on the editing. Third of all, try and be objective about it and talk about the director and the audience. And what was the last thing I was going to say? Yes, you're going to need a bit more, because we're on 774 words. So don't worry about going into more depth on things, because we can always cut it down, but it's hard to build it up. Oh yeah, sorry, the other thing I was going to say, if you are happy with having images to analyze, then put more of them in. It's absolutely fine to put 6 or 7 in order and say, in this frame we see this scene shows how. That is absolutely fine. And I think it might be helpful to you just in terms of keeping your analysis in order. Okay, good luck with that. See you back in class.